What's up, guys? It's Mr. Huynh here with the final lesson in this unit in terms of factoring polynomials. Just a quick reminder on Friday we have an exam. So the next couple days on Wednesday and on Thursday, you guys have a review. So make sure that you guys are doing your best on it. It is a fantastic way to get a feel of what you're going to hit on the exam. If you have any questions before the exam, I highly recommend that you make it to Friday's little tutorial session. I'm always glad to take any questions you guys have. And it's also pretty good to clear up some misconceptions right before the exam. All right, so this is probably going to be the quickest lesson of this whole entire year, let alone this unit. There are going to be some situations where you cannot factor, but treat this section more like a review, okay? So when you're factoring, right, a couple of things I want you guys to remember. Start off with trying to find a GCF you can pull out. That should be your first and foremost thing that you should be doing. Then, after you do the GCF, see if you can go ahead and factor, if there's three terms left in the parentheses, if you can factor using ax squared plus bx plus c. Right, so you're factoring trinomials after pulling out the GCF. And then in addition, you should also be looking to see if there are difference of squares. So that was going to be the lesson from on Monday, so of squares. And that was when b was equal to 0. And there's going to be some cases where your b is going to be equal to 0. If all three of these don't apply, like you can't do part 1, part 2, part 3, it's okay to say that the actual polynomial is either going to go ahead and be non-factorable, right? So some teachers like to use the word non-factorable. I know a lot of the algebra 1 algebra teachers, and let alone all the math teachers, they like to say that since it can't be factorable, then you have a prime polynomial. Let's go over an example right now, right? So looking at number 5, and I'm doing this on purpose, everything else is a review. Highly recommend you guys try to do your best without looking at the answers, and then after you look at the answer, see how does the answer make sense if you're struggling with it. But for number 5, we're going to see if there's a GCF. So GCF, my first, second, and third term, there's nothing you can pull out. So a GCF doesn't work in this scenario. Alright, so now we're going to see if we can use ax squared plus bx plus c. So let's go. A is equal to 1, b is equal to negative 2, and c is equal to 6. Set up my x puzzle, so I'm going to go ahead and have a times c on the top, that's 6, and negative 2. Well, we got to figure out what times what will get me positive 6. It then ends up getting negative 2. So pause the video real quick, think it over. Can you find out two numbers that multiply to get you positive 6 but adds up to negative 2? So pause. Alright, so hopefully you paused. And if you're struggling and you can't find a combination, you're absolutely correct. So there's not really a combination here or a combination here that'll satisfy to get you to multiply to get you 6 and adds up to negative 2. So factoring using this is not going to work. The last thing is you're going to see if difference of square works. Well, you don't really need to check this, because if this didn't work, if ax squared plus bx plus c doesn't work, then difference of squared doesn't work. So because you cannot factor it, you can write either non-factorable, that could be one of your answers, or if you're looking at the answer key, I think I also put prime. So one or the other. So on the exam, you will have problems where you cannot factor. Go through the list. GCF, factor, see if it's an ax squared plus bx plus c form. If not, see if it's a difference of square form. If those three don't work, then go ahead and write down that the answer is going to be prime. I like prime, not because it's mathematically making sense to me. It's because I'm a lazy writer and I like to write as little as possible, and prime is only 5 letters compared to the word non-factorable. Alright guys, do your best. Take care of this stuff. Again, I'm here to support you. There's no new lesson on Wednesday, so you have a review Wednesday and Thursday, so this is the last video of the week. Alright, take care guys. Stay safe.